Hello and welcome to episode 30 of our Timberborn update for hard mode Let's Play with the Iron Teeth faction. We're almost at the end of this playthrough here in cycle 37, day 16, about halfway through our drought. But we've got plenty more to get done before we can truly be finished. And there's a couple things you guys said you wanted to see, so we'll address some of that. Continue getting our bot production even higher than it already is. We already have over 300, but we're going to keep churning them out and taking care of some other fun stuff today. So, yeah, that's what's on tap. We'll get through the rest of this drought. We'll go through the temperate season that follows and at least start the following drought. Depends on how long the drought ends up being, how much of that we're going to get done. But we will at least have today's episode and then the finale on Thursday. So you can rest assured there's still a little bit more to come, but we'll have to get to all of that in due time. Now, I did want to go ahead and start off by addressing something that a couple of you guys brought up, and that was the death of our dear friend, I believe, Quanwar, or whatever his name is. I actually figured out the exact spot that he died on. I believe it is this square right here, I think, is what it ended up being. I'm not entirely sure. It's either this square or it's the one up above. Because I have the screenshot up on my other monitor here from the timestamp on the video when he walked into an explosion and decided he didn't want to exist anymore. So I do think right here we will erect a statue in his memory as suggested by you in the comments. So yeah, we'll just stick this guy here, hoisting his hammer skyward in loving memory of the stupid beaver that decided to walk into exploding TNT. So we'll let them take care of that. Give them a little bit of a, I guess, a staircase to build on, and that will be our memorial there. Remember, kids, don't walk into explosions. It's probably a bad idea, but he'll be right there, immortalized for the rest of the playthrough while we continue to detonate all of this stuff. So we already have all of this ready to go. We're going to go ahead and detonate that, and then we're going to get to the rest of this. And then probably there's not too much more that we really need to detonate to get down. We also don't have a lot of dynamite right now because we're having a gear shortage. So we actually probably should pause a lot of this other production that we don't absolutely need that's taking up wood. But, truth be told, there's not a lot we can pause. We're using most of this. So I think for right now, we're just going to have to hope that our gear production gets ramped up. Because, well, we have plenty of gear workshops. We just have been going through them like it's going out of style. So we'll see. The number, it has been going up. We'll see what happens. But I like to think that everything will be mostly fine. And now, we have beavers and bots on this side. They should not be harmed. Let's just set this off. There we go. Beautiful. So that is what we will do. Go ahead and get rid of all this stuff. We'll plant some more explosives up here. Let's see if I can force this to go to a spot that they can actually pick it up. Looks like that's going to work. All right, cool. We'll just keep on going. Now the fun part about this is how all of this stuff gets set in here. Not really that accessible, unfortunately. But we can still do this, and eventually they'll just get around to it. So now all we have to do is build our beaver statue. And this will be slightly underwater, actually, unless this is not filled up all the way. So I don't know, do we want to raise it? I think we might want to. So let's pull that off a little bit. I know this is going to irritate, it's going to irritate the you-know-what out of some of you guys. But, let's do this properly. Let's actually do this in a way that makes sense. I don't know that they're going to be able to reach this. I think they probably still can. But we'll let them take care of that on their own at time. So that's that item. As soon as that's taken care of, and we'll consider that done, but there's no need to stand there and watch it. Now, another thing that was suggested, since we have all these terraformers up here, is to alleviate the flooding, we could actually just, you know, build some dirt here. And I can't believe that I didn't think of that before. So I think that's what we're going to do. We'll just stick this kind of, I guess we could just go all the way here. Just build ourselves a little wall. And that should, being the operative term, give us what we want here. We do have enough dirt stored up. We could actually just go ahead and raise all of this, period, point blank. And that would give us a little bit of land to grow trees on if we so chose, even though our log storage is currently completely full. So I think it's probably not necessary, but this will, at the very least, keep the water in the channel as it's supposed to be. And we should be in a good shape from now on, assuming that we can actually take care of all this. So, like I said, we have a problem with our gear production. That is that we just need more of it. We need to be using less, but we also need to make more bots, so we kind of can't stop. So that's why last time we were building more of these gear workshops in the area, we could actually take advantage of all of this power. Because if you take a look at our production here, we're actually still at a deficit, even though we're making over 10,000. We have so much other stuff going on. There's not really that much else we can do, unfortunately, short of just building more and more of these engines, but that's not very environmentally friendly now, is it? We do have the option to come over here and put a few more in, but I'm not really tempted to mess with that too much. I think eventually it's going to even itself out, even if we have to just kind of pause making some other stuff. Because all of these buildings are at 75% efficiency, so that even could just be by itself what's happening to us. So let's see what we don't need to be making right now. Let's check and see what we have duplicates of, what we don't have duplicates of. Wood workshop, we have 2. I'm going to pause. Actually, I should probably just pause the one in this district because we don't need that. So that'll be fine. We'll come back and unpause that later if we really have to. Printing presses we don't want to pause because we have to, you know, have our beavers read if we want to get to the maximum happiness well-being. Paper mills, again, that isn't affecting the amount of gears. That's just affecting the amount of wood we're using, which currently is not a problem. Man, we got a lot of lumberjack flags. Where's this inventor? We don't need an inventor anymore. Aha! Well, guess what? Goodbye. You can be something else now. So this is actually a decent spot for us to put some more storage or something. So we got industrial pile of planks, logs, and logs here. I guess that's probably not really, strictly speaking, necessary. But I don't know what else we could put there. Maybe we'll think about it. Healer, again, we probably aren't going to need pretty soon. Now, these gear workshops, 0%. Oh, okay, they're being constructed on the back side here. Okay, I knew we were still making stuff, but we were waiting on our terrain blocks to get built. And I think the holdup there was getting dirt over here. We have 878. This district only has 448, but it still shouldn't be a problem because we have the bots that are actually able to do all this stuff, and the paths are connected. Oh, I lower prioritized the terraforming station. That's why that hasn't happened yet. So I'll tell you what, let's instead lower prioritize the builder's hut and see if this ends up populated. Or we just set that back to regular. That probably does the same thing. So that's what they're waiting on, is to get the rest of this land put in here, which they should actually... Oh yeah, they're immediately getting to work. Good. So we want to see that happen for sure. We can leave that alone. We're going to put in some more gears here. That was already something that was planned. Now, another thing. Over here in the Frog Bowl district, a couple people said that it would be smart to, when using this floodgate, only open the center 2 to try and concentrate the outflow into a smaller area and thereby increase the speed. I don't know, you can't really get a good angle on it, but that is that is only half as wide going through each one. So if we had the extra power to be sitting here and running these pumps, then we could use that. We don't, so I'm not really tempted to mess with that. And also there's only 5 days left. I don't think I could get this low enough to use this lumberjack flag anyway, so it's probably not really worth our time to see if that's viable or not. However, I do think I'm going to want to turn these on as soon as the drought is over, because then that's going to allow us to run more stuff through here. Another thing we can do, since we have all of this wood, is we can actually increase this, the way this is set up. And the way we're going to do that is just keep on running stuff this way, like so. Oh, I don't want that to go that way. Even though we're not going to see these things, they all have to match, because that's how this works. Alright, so let's just rotate that. Right, and what that's going to do is that's going to allow us to place in another couple of water wheels. And yes, we are going to figure out some way of fixing this. I think we're just going to have to reroute this power shaft. Good news is, though, this isn't currently generating any power, so if we disconnect it, it's not going to be that big of a loss. And we also are going to want to disconnect it just so we can get into all of this in the first place. So we'll leave this open for a little while, let them take care of building stuff, and then we'll put the sidewalls back on. And more importantly, we'll make sure this is at the very least capable of having another 2 wheels, which will mean it will generate more power, even if the outflow isn't any larger. Can make use of that water for a longer period of time. And this district should have no available... Really? Oh, they're out of power because I disconnected all this. Oh, boy. Okay, so the problem we find ourselves with now is that there's no power with which to charge our bots because I disconnected everything like an idiot. So what we're going to have to do... Alright, first of all, we're going to pause the mud baths because we don't have any bio-beavers here anymore, so that's an automatic savings of 100 HP. Oh, I can't put a power wheel because that's only beavers. So if I want them to have any more power here, I'm going to have to detonate. Oh, they didn't even put this in place. Well, that's fine. That gives them a little bit of power. Hopefully a couple of them are getting charged up while they still have the chance. Oh, what fun. No, they're out of power. So here's the fun part. It's that putting all of this in place is going to be kind of a pain. Just a little bit. And, oh man, I thought I was going to be smarter than this too. You know, that's what everybody always thinks. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to be dumb. I'm not going to make that mistake. You absolutely are going to make that mistake. Rest assured, your foolishness will be laid bare for all to see. And your judgment will be immense. Okay, alright. So, this is an interesting problem here, because now... Yeah, you can tell I didn't really think this through. It's, this is a mess. I think they can still reach this. Well, at any rate, this needs to... Oh, this needs to be... Actually, it should be a 4-way. Just to be sure. Just to be sure. So now this is going to have to come out this way. Or is it? Actually, no, we're going to be smart. We're going to pretend like we have intelligence on our side. we're gonna take full advantage of how this is just completely a disgrace to modern science. And that's just how it's gonna be. Boy, what a mess. What an absolute disgrace. Can they still get to that? I think they can. Alright, so if we do that, that should, operative term, should connect everything. I think they can still get to all this. So that's it's going to pose an interesting problem. There's no more power over here. Okay, do I have in this district? My God, look at this. I only have 5 active. Oh, geez. All right, so unfortunately, the way this is set up is not really looking great. Let's see what else we can pause. That doesn't absolutely have to be running. That's actually connected to this. I think we're probably okay with just a couple of these charging stations working off the bat. I paused all of those. Nothing else is... Oh, what a mess. Nothing else is connected. I'm going to... Those are already all the way down. I guess I have to get rid of these stairs. Well, it's not really that big of a deal anyway, because we already got almost all of the stuff that we reasonably can collect down here. So that's not really that big of a deal. That needs to be there. This needs to be gone. And if we get rid of that, we should have at least a couple of moments of charging that can happen for all of these spots, except now they're all out and they all have to make the long, arduous trek over to this area. Oh, we're already fighting a losing battle. All right, you three, get in there, charge yourselves. All right, how many can we charge before this runs out of juice? Is it going to be enough? Or are we going to embarrass ourselves once again? We'll see. The idea is that I want them to charge up so they can actually build all this. We don't have to worry about this anymore. But I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll find out. It's going to be interesting for sure. If I lower this, I don't think that's going to let any water out. I think it's still too low, yes. But when the water starts coming in, it'll go through here. This is actually progressing reasonably well now. We got a little bit of time, but not much. This is about to run out. But if they can at least get the power connected back up. That's going to require doing this. Yes, okay. All right, so hear me out here. I'm going to pause just because I know this is going to be a colossal disaster if I don't do this correctly. Okay, I need to get that done and that done. I think those are the only important pieces over here to get the power back on. That's what's going to matter. And this is now out of juice. So as long as the bots we've already charged are able to complete this before the bots run out of power, or at least these like 5 that still work, then we stand a decent chance. I don't know, it's kind of a mess. And by kind of, I mean definitely. So that's fun. And it's not like we're really making that many more bots anyway, because right here we're only up to, oh, okay, we only have 3 vacancies left, 1 incapacitated. That means they're going to go charge themselves. But look at this, we got 4 gear workshops and we have bio-beavers working there. Well, nobody's perfect, but it is making more gears. Even if we keep running out, that is a little bit of a help, at the very least. So I kind of want to go ahead and extend this a little bit more. I'm not sure if that's the wisest decision or not, but we'll find out. I am just so curious about whether or not they're going to be able to get this done here. It's looking promising. We've got the power shaft here all done up and ready to go. So we just have to wait for, looks like these pieces, which are not marked for priority. So let's fix that. I think that should be everything, just these 4. Oh, we're cutting it close. We are cutting it close, though, because I think these guys are probably going to be running out of juice pretty soon. Let's hope that's not the case. But as long as this gets connected, we'll be A-okay. Now, the real question is, did we put in any more dynamite down here? There's one that hadn't been built yet. No. Too far from... Oh, really? It's too far from a district? We're going to play that game? Okay. Oh, that's because this is in the way. So let's get rid of that so they can actually get to it. Then they might actually stand a chance of completing that. We're just going to have to hope they can get this connected. There's just one little bit left. Come on. Come on, this one thing. Oh, you don't have gears? Okay, well, I kind of understand that. Unfortunately. Do we have a storage for gears at least? Yes, we do. Okay, so that means we can at the very least get one in once one becomes available. But it's almost the end of the drought, which means we're going to have water coming through here pretty soon anyway, which means that it won't matter if this isn't connected. But we obviously still want it to be, because otherwise it's going to be kind of a mess. So let's, actually, are they going to finish this right now? Nope, still don't have a gear. Let's go see on our memorial. Look at that. Look at that beauty right there. Hand raised high in memoriam of his stupid idiot sacrifice. But nonetheless, his memory has been duly honored. Those of you saying that I don't care in the comments, I see you. I always care. Sometimes it just takes me a while to get all the rest of this stuff done. Look how full this is. That is a lot of canola oil. So the good news is, all of this... Oh, we have a silly Billy. Ironbot number 751. Come on down. I can't spell. Silly Billy 751. My God. All right. Now, the problem with getting him out of here is that we have to build a staircase and a platform. How in the world did he even get stuck there? Well, they'll take care of that and then he'll be out, but he will henceforth be remembered for the rest of his 58% durability life as Silly Billy 751. But we're getting water coming out. So let's see, is this... Did I move these down at all? Okay, they need to go down to 1.5, or maybe 1, I think was what we decided needed to be the height for that. Alright, so no flooding. Coming over this side, it's still forcing it out there. That's good. Alright, and Silly Billy is silly no more. We'll take those stairs away. We're making power, and boy are we. 17,000 and rising. Very good stuff. And the water coming through here is not yet high enough to come through our little passageway here, but these are almost all connected, just waiting on the one gear that we somehow still don't have. But once this starts turning, we can unpause our own gear workshop over here. I think we'll leave the explosives factory paused, but we're going to unpause the printing press. Which means I guess we also need to unpause the paper mill. But yeah, this should start going pretty soon. The question is going to become, can we get at least one of these new power wheels put in before the end of the temperate season? Seems to kind of always be a question at the forefront of everyone's mind. Especially now that all of these bots are completely out of commission and there's nothing at all that they can do. Now, do we not have storage for logs? I find that very hard to believe. I guess we don't. These are all planks. Yeah. So I guess we can just build one of these then. That's fine. And these are turning, which means we should have bots able to go into the chargers even if it is a very, very low amount of power. Okay, now what's flooded here? Okay, that's those things. Alright, no surprises there. We just need the one gear. The one gear. And we're probably just going to have to make it as soon as these guys are all charged up. That's going to take them probably a decent bit of time to get back up to speed. But hey, this is actually it's actually making more power. So whoever it was that suggested opening just the 2 center floodgates, that was a very good idea. And we're almost making enough to sustain the buildings that are currently turned on. So I think that was a success. And they're going to charge themselves up 6 at a time and get back to work. And we'll end up seeing just how good everything is going to get. Might take just a little while, though. Alright, so we can safely leave that alone. Our main area here will slowly fill back up. These guys are all generating about 300-ish horsepower. HP, hamster power, Hewlett-Packard, whatever else HP stands for. Probably should come up with a new one every single episode since people like to debate about that so much. I just cannot believe how few gears we're making. It's like that was just such a huge problem for so long. It doesn't seem like it's really even possible for it to be that bad, but I guess it was. So what we'll continue to do is extend this out. There we go. And just put in another 4 of these guys. Probably should have had a walkway to go between them, but I guess it's fine. That'll keep them busy enough for a short while. Now, do we have any gears over here yet? No. Alright, I'm going to executive decision force somebody to work here. And hopefully we can make a gear to put in this high power shaft because they kind of don't want to make any. So now we're down in this district too. Let's check our stats. Only 28 incapacitated. It was 60 before, so things are looking up indeed. We're charging. Looking good. Someone is making gears. We have a gears, so bring it over here to the place that needs gears and don't export it. Hopefully that's not what they're going to do. Like, we have gear storage, so somebody should be going to get it out of this storage and putting it right here. I really hope that's fast because right now we're having the, there we go. Now this is connected. Very, wow, these are actually working a lot better. So that was a fantastic idea. Excellent. And I'm sure that'll be a little slower once we're just running off of these pumps only and not through our one little spot right here. But it is very, very good to see that. Now let's see, did we put our dynamite down? We did not. But at least they have access to it now. This one here also has not been placed because this district... Oh, does it actually have that much dynamite, or did I get bamboozled? It has 17, so we still have enough. We just got to get everybody to come in here and do their thing. Man, this is hideous, I'll tell you what. Just flabbergasted at how ugly this is. But if it works, it really can't be that stupid, can it? I think it's probably okay. We're just in a position now where everything has to get done all at once. And these guys are going to take quite a while to get where they need to go. I'm going to see right now, day 4, we haven't had our warning yet. I just want to make sure that this is as full as it can be before things get too crazy. And it looks like that's just about where it needs to be. Let that water level go up a tiny bit, and it's coming out, so let's raise that. Get the frog bowl filled up as best we can, and prepare for what else is going to be happening here. Now this should still fill up faster than it can drain with just this one thing opened. I think it can. At least for right now, our power production is way ahead of what we're actually requiring. But we also want to make sure these gravity batteries get charged all the way back up. I don't know, strictly speaking, if that's going to happen or not, based on how these are looking. But these guys are going up with a quickness, so that's nice to see. Now, do we have extra bots? We do. We have 3 extras, so what had we turned off here? I don't think... Okay, it's less what have we turned off and more what have we not yet allocated for the bots. Alright. Let's make sure none of these idiots get caught in the crossfire. Then we'll just work our way gradually over there. Now, this district, Pumpington, still has 44 bio-beavers. And we do not have the means to fully evacuate them yet. All right, there's our 3-day warning. So this is going to get interesting, friends. So we're already at 52 average well-being, 56 in our main district. So we're looking pretty good. As soon as we get some more coffee and some more books, we could probably max this district out. But it's not going to be a complete victory until we have all of the beavers back in Beaverburg where they belong and everything else automated with perfect 60 score, which is definitely not going to get done today. We're already halfway through the episode and there's still so much that needs to be done. So we will have plenty of stuff to do on Thursday to finish out the series. Looking forward to that. But now we have all of these things. I can start making gears. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn 4 of these into bot only. This still leaves us a few extra bots, and these can then run 24/7 at 365, assuming the beavers observe a 365-day calendar, which we don't know if they do or not. We just know they work in cycles. So these gravity batteries are probably going to get all the way up, I think. I can logically expect that. Up over here, they're ascending somewhat more slowly. And they're taking their sweet time with this explosives. Well, and almost everything, really. I think we still have several beavers that are out of commission here. Yeah, we have 12 that are incapacitated. I guess we just have to wait for them all to charge, unfortunately. We let ourselves get very behind in ways that are not fun. But since we don't have any more bio-beavers here, I think we can pretty safely get rid of the mud baths, and we can just make a whole bunch of chargers here. That should, being the operative term, put us in a good spot here. So I can either have these come in like so. I think that might be the idea here. Just do something like that. No, I don't think that we're ever going to get this finished before anything else, because they're still working on getting logs here. Actually, let's get this industrial pile all squared away. Get them to build that first, because there's plenty of logs on the ground that they can easily use just as soon as everything gets built. Oh, we just have the one working as a builder? Okay. All right. Let's make the builder set a priority then, because we got to get this stuff constructed. No wonder it was going so slowly. That is not a surprise whatsoever. So I'm going to turn this guy up to, say, 2.5, which should... Actually, it might force water to come out here, but we want water to come up anyway in here. It should not be a problem getting more stored up. There's still plenty coming out of the source blocks. We just got to wait. And now that can store logs. Very good. Those are haulers looking good. We've got 10 of those. Okay, let's let these guys get to work and finish everything they've got to finish. And we'll check back in with them at a later time. Now, we've got right here, these guys are very, very close to fully charged. I think these ones over here are fully charged. Okay, they're just a tiny bit behind here. They're looking good. I wanted to build more, but we just have not been able to make that work so far. Yeah, these are going much slower for some reason. I don't really know why. Maybe it's that they were already all the way down there and it took so long to get power back to everything. But we're still making plenty more than we are consuming. I just really was hoping they would get this finished at least part way. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, because there's a lot of other stuff they've got to get to first. And man, this is actually kind of a lot to keep up with. So what of this can actually be built? Can they even get to this yet? I guess they can. We really just need these built here so they can go around, but I don't know that they're going to do that in an order that is beneficial to the rest of us. What are these guys even doing? Okay, we still have... Oh, we only have 5 incapacitated, so that's something, I guess. We got these 4 working. And I guess we could bring that up to 4 as well. Which should mean we now have a vacancy that we haven't allocated for, but we'll fix that at some other time. I just want this to get finished, or at least some sort of progress. I don't know what it is that they're doing or not doing to cause that to have stalled so poorly. So I don't think anything else was really... Oh, is this going to overtop? No. Okay. I thought it would, but it was just this one spot. There's not really any other construction going on over here right now, so I don't know why they would do that. It just seems like they would have figured this out by now. And there's any number of ways they could get over to what they're trying to do. Or it could just be dumb. Who knows? I just feel like it shouldn't be that complicated. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Is I'll just build these 3 here. And let them get at what they want to get at. But first, we got to pause here because now we've gone through the entire wet cycle here. Let's raise here. Put these all the way back up to 2. And then get as much water as we can into this area. Raise that all the way up. This should be down. There we go. Yeah, let's get that all handled. Fill this up as best we can. And use that as a nice reservoir. I think we'll be okay. The one problem is we don't have... these right here probably should have been blocked off long since. So let's take a moment to do that now, even though that's not really something they can really do to take advantage of not losing any more water. At least not right now. Alright, so 27-day drought. We're definitely not getting through this one. It's going to be probably the last half of this in the next episode. Which is a shame, but not that surprising. At the very least, we got these guys charged almost all the way up. The unfortunate thing is that this was in no way ready to get built. Vastly overestimated the amount of beaver power we'd have, or bot power in this district. Now that they're almost all caught up, almost, we should see building commence once again. See if we have any more silly billies. Hopefully not. But that being said, we have extra bots now that stuff is kind of caught up, and the gear production seems to, well, at the very least, not be declining. Here we get 10 extras, so all the spots are filled. I'm going to bring in another 10 minimum bots into Pumpington, get up to 31, which means we should have 4 extra bot slots already in the district center. This is already maxed out. So let's take a look-see here in the Pumpington stats. The deep water pumps are all bio-beavers. District center is bots. The game is laggy. District crossings, only one of them is run by bots. Foresters, one's run by bots. Hauling post is run by bots. Lumberjack flags are run by bio-beavers, 2 bio-beavers, and 4 bots. So I think the easiest thing to do would be to do lumberjacks and then this other forester that takes 3 of the extras. And then I don't think there's anything else really we can do one at a time and not be kind of a pain. So I think we'll just leave this alone for a while here. We have our 3 charging stations here, and we have 3 more over here. I think in theory That should be enough, at least for our purposes right now. We can always add more if we deem it so necessary, just by extending this around this way. And we'll see what ends up happening as a result of that. But for now, got 2 extra bots here. I believe Frog Bowl needs 1 more bot. So let's take that back up to 55, which should fill up all of our slots here. So that completes our Frog Bowl stuff. Look at this. Look, they are... Can they really not... Are you serious? They can't get it this right here? That doesn't seem right. So I'll tell you what, we'll get rid of these things. Maybe that'll help them get in here. I think once they have this corner piece put in, they'll be able to get in there no problem, but we don't want to take any chances getting anybody stuck, do we? Seems to be a favorite pastime of these guys. There they go. There they go. And I'm not going to build this side piece until the very, very end. And then we'll see what happens. Fortunately, we've stored up enough of our water here that we can still use this in normal operation without having the pumps turned on, which we will hopefully not have to do today. But as soon as we have these 4 wheels turned on, I am going to open this and let them go through the wheels, the water that is, and hopefully get some extra power put out of here, because this was actually making a pretty decent amount. It was about 230, 240 combined, which for the big wheels, it really isn't that much. But considering how suboptimal all of this design work is, I think it's going to be just fine. The gears are still kind of a problem. We only have 6 or 7 here. So honestly, we need to be automating these before we think about building anything else. So that's going to roughly double our productivity. Especially if we have all these haulers in place, we really should be optimizing by prioritizing. We should have about 20 haulers if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so that ought to probably improve stuff. I think. We'll probably be fine. There's still plenty of water stored here, which is fantastic. We can let some out here, actually, but I don't want to do it yet because we do have 25 days left in the drought, and we're going to need to just kind of hold on to this as much as we can. Hopefully we don't end up running out. I love that this is a thing, this little monument to insanity here. We'll just take care of the extra supports, and we can set these off because there's no beavers in the vicinity. And they can take care of the rest. Very slowly, I might add. Yeah, that is looking nice. How are we progressing here? I think we can safely put in the large water wheel here now. In fact, this is just about ready. As soon as they have this one finished, we can put the other large water wheel in place. And that will conclude the construction on this side. Though I do think we're going to want to put in this guy here, but... I know that's the dangerous word is but. If we could extend this one more, we'd have to have another block and then at least another 3. So it would go all the way to here. Yeah, okay, we probably can't do that. I was just thinking it would be cool if this was all done. We had 3 sets. That would be super, super cool. All right, 4 extra bots. Is that actually 4 extras? 3 extras here. So let's give these 2 Gear Workshops bots. All right, that's looking nice. Well-being has overall, I think, gone up 1. This district is still at 56. So mangrove fruits, I mean, we have tons. They're just not getting at them, which when we get rid of the work requirements for beavers should no longer be an issue. Coffee remains a problem, even though we have tons of it. I just don't think they're having the time to get it, so I'm not going to worry about that yet. And all of this, with the exception of the mud bath and the books, is pretty much as perfect as it can get. in this district. So we have 2 mud baths here. I think that's the only 2 in this side of the map. So I'm wondering, do I have space? Oh, you know what? I can actually replace these 2 with some mud baths. Because I can just do one of these numbers. I can put one here, and then I can actually, yeah. I can replace these 2 with one of these guys. And just be done with it. We'll double our capacity in the mud baths with this one easy trick. Doctors hate him. Those stupid banner ads from, what, 20 years ago? Did people actually click on those? I mean, they must have. Because people kept making them. I would like to believe that all of you watching these videos are smart enough not to click on bait ads to try and get you to give them your bank account information or whatever. So, be good people. Don't enable scammers. Why was that so loud? Okay, we're right on top of the bell. That's why. Alright, any stupid beavers around? No? Alright, let's detonate these. Then we should be able to get... okay, we're not going to be able to get all of these. We're going to be missing at least this one. Maybe this one, depending on how accessible it is. It looks like it might just be this guy in the corner here. Alright, that's fine. Okay, we are... Are you serious? They really can't build this from right here? I find that hard to believe. That really doesn't make sense to me. Why they can't build that. Does not make sense. Does it have to be... Can they come up from beneath? I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if they can actually... come up from beneath. I think if they stand on the top of these stairs, they should, in theory, be able to reach the edge of the hitbox. Which would lead me to believe that they could then build this. But I guess we'll find out. We got some time. We gotta wait for all these beaver bots to get built anyway. So it's still out of range. Are you serious? That just cannot... That can't be right. So now I'm... Oh man, I'm gonna have to build a thing to come over the top of this mess. That is a pain. That is a pain. Okay. This is just ridiculously overcomplicated trying to solve this problem, but if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Have they at least picked up all of these things yet? No? Plank storage, huh? Well, at least there's all of the bots taken care of here. Now, I'm going to see here. Well, at least they can reach it now. As soon as we have this wheel done, I'm going to lower that floodgate just a little bit and see how much power we can make, because we are rapidly... Oh, these are already empty. Wow, okay, that was fast. Did we at least put in dynamite here? Yes, we did. Put that down. I think I can detonate these now. It's kind of hard to click the hitbox here. Put those in place. Should be something at least. How close are we to this being done? Alright, making progress, making progress. I think we'll leave that alone for a second. They're going to take probably just another, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds to finish that. But let's check and see how our levels over here. They're probably already empty. Just about. They're getting very, very close. And we have extra bots, do we? 3 extra bots. Now, I know I have this terraforming station paused, so theoretically we don't have extra bots. But we're going to just do our best to get these spots filled up here. Now, we're going to start, I think, automating a district crossing again for each. If they're all bots, we don't have to have 10, so that's probably fine. And if we're not feeding beavers, we probably don't really need that many at all. So I'm going to lower these down to 4 apiece. And I think that should help us out a little bit. Now, if we have extra beavers that are unemployed here, which we currently don't, we're actually at a deficit. But as soon as we do, I'm going to send them back over to Beaverburg proper. All right, now this is finished. So let's turn that off. I'm going to lower this down by another half. Is any water coming out? No, down to 1.5. Yeah, we're sending some water out. So should come through here slightly concentrated. Okay, they're making 120-ish a piece. Okay, now it's going down. But that is something at the very least. We can be somewhat happy with this. We've roughly doubled the amount of power that this generates from all of our quote-unquote wastewater exhaust coming down here to refill our regular bowl. So, at the very least, that is slightly encouraging. We have 5 extra beavers now, huh? Okay, well, let's send these up to 39. And pick another district crossing to fully automate here. And we have an unemployed beaver. You know what that means? I'm sending 1 beaver back to Beaverburg. So we only have 27 left to go. We're already at about 50, 51, 52 minutes here. I don't think we're going to get all of them out today, unless our gear production has indeed caught up. Which, yeah, maybe. It's not completely terrible now. So I think it's going to be an issue of just continuously monitoring this and making sure stuff doesn't go horrendously bad. Are we still making about 100 apiece? Sure looks like it. That's... well, it's better than nothing. We're certainly trying. We're doing our best. Book storage. We actually don't have enough, so we need to build some more so we can have a book warehouse. Actually, that would be a good thing to put right here. Just storage for books. It is pretty accessible to all of the beavers living here, which soon will be the only beavers. Coffee-wise, we still have plenty of it. We have tons of coffee stored up. So there are a couple of people that said, hey, you need to build a coffee plantation. Okay, well, that's a cool idea, but we don't need it. We have plenty. We're going to be A-okay, and we're not going to have any more beavers. Our number of beavers is only going to decrease. So we just have to wait. 2 extra beavers means 2 more beavers here in Pumpington, which means we have, click out of this, 3. I'm going to go ahead and put our last district crossing over to bot control, which doesn't need to be super elevated here. That should mean we have 1 more beaver that we can send back over, and it does. Alright, so that is progress there. Stuff is looking fantastic. Do we have any books going in here? We do. This district should have... oh, well-being went down. Why is that? Okay. Oh, it's the campfire and the terrace. Okay, that'll go up overnight. Food-wise, they really shouldn't be lacking anything. I think it's because we're having them go all over the place to do stuff like work a day shift at this lumberjack way over here. But all of that will be over soon enough, as soon as we have enough bots. We actually have a deficit of 2 bots. Why? Okay, one's incapacitated, so we have 2 vacancies there. This district shouldn't have... really, there's two vacancies here? Where are those? Guess we just find out by looking here in Timbertron. I love that district name. That's a good one. Okay, the engines, of course, are all going to be... vacancies because they're for bio-beavers, so we don't have any bots taking up all their space. Explosives factory is not fully populated. And then, oh, a paper mill is still set to bio-beavers. Okay, we can fix that. 2 paper mills are set to bio-beavers. And the scavenger flags, no wonder that wasn't working. Wow, that's embarrassing. I think someone might have commented on that and schooled me on all that. So now we actually have 6 vacancies in this district and 2 in the other one. So no No bragging rights for me, I guess. I kind of messed that one up good. But it's fine. In due time, it'll be A-okay. Now, I'll tell you what, we don't need 5 here. We're going to go with 4 workers in that district crossing. And I think, yeah, we'll go down to 4 here. Should be fine. And that'll get us part of what we want. So now we're only down to 4 vacancies. And I believe of those 4 vacancies, one of them is here. So that's fine. This district should... Okay, it's actually dead even. So once we make any more beaver bots, we can send them over to any other district. This one has a vacancy of 1, and that one has a vacancy of 5. So that's why that's a thing. The water has stopped flowing through here, so we will let another little bit out. Let's check on our things here. Just continue blowing all this up. Alright, blow all 4 of these up. Continue working on getting that as low as it can go. That should help us at least a little bit. Why is this... Oh, it's not connected to anything. Ah, because we had to have these broken apart so we could actually finish putting in the rest of the explosives here. So I think we're probably going to be okay. Once these are all placed, we have the bots coming in from underneath. That's going to be fine. We'll get a little bit more of this done, and then, unfortunately, we will have to end today's episode. But I like where we are. I think we're on a good track to finish things up next time. And if not, we'll just have to have a super long episode until it's done, because ending on a Thursday would be very good, because then I can start 3 new series next week. Because this will be... this one will be over. Kingdoms Reborn will be over. We ended Drowned Nightmare mode this past weekend, which was awesome. That was a very fun end of that season, so make sure you go check out the VOD on that. It's available on my channel. But we had a very, very fun time with that one. Now let's see. Yeah, we got one more in us here. So they'll come take care of that. Yeah, so that is going to be really exciting to see what ends up happening next. I got some fun ideas. I'm going to be running polls this week. Not sure when I'm going to send that one out, but you guys will have a chance to voice your opinions. I've already asked the beard boosters, and we formulated a pretty good consensus of their opinions. I've got my own, but I do, of course, want to hear from everybody before I decide for sure what the next long-form series is going to be, and then we'll have a different live stream challenge, because those are always a whole lot of fun. So I'm thinking the next regular Timberborn series might not be so crazy. It might just be kind of a modded playthrough. Might go back to the folktales, might look at a couple other things. And then maybe the live stream will be a fun challenge one. Or a series of challenges that we can do in one stream, one session. We'll see. Of course, if you have any ideas, you can always write those down in the comments. I do read every comment. Can't always respond. And lately, I've not had a ton of time to get to everything. But I do make sure to read every single one. So even if I don't respond, please do know that I read your comments, and I very, very much appreciate them. And I appreciate you for being here watching. So we're still not making enough bots, but we have gears. We have some gears. We're working on it. Now this is not connected. Why? Oh, because I was going to replace this with another charging station, and we need that to go super fast. So they can come in here and take care of that. So all that does is that disconnects all of this stuff from all of this stuff. But they should be able to build this pretty quick as soon as they get the metal blocks in. Will not be an issue. Alright, so in my recording software, we've just passed the hour mark, so that means the video is probably about at 59 minutes-ish, give or take. So we're going to start wrapping it up pretty soon here, but I did want to make sure that's all good to go, and it is. We have some more explosions to take care of here. Just a little bit. I wanted to do more explosions, but time was not on our side for that. So we'll keep on doing a little bit here, a little bit there. I think this should be the last one. And it is. So this is all the way down. That's good. That means I can put this back in place our little straight power shaft, which will connect all of these two. That'll give us a little bit more of a boost in power storage. And we should be in decent shape with that once this is fully installed. I don't think we're going to be able to finish this one quite all the way down, but we're going to get there. We will certainly do our best. Look how fast this is going down. Alright, and this has petered out. Let's go down another half a block. Get some more water coming out of this side. There we go. So look at that. When you actually have some stuff behind it, that actually puts out some pretty good juice. Of course, it's still nowhere near enough, but it does help. And since we have 17 days left, this might actually be a good chance for us to mostly empty this out. But that is going to use a lot of power, so we're going to have to be a little conservative about how we operate the rest of this stuff here. We do have so much dirt saved up. I think I'm going to pause our excavator. Hey, we're up to 55 average well-being. That's nice. We'll pause our excavator. I think that's going to be fine, because we're realistically not going to use all that stuff. This district now has 3 extra bots, which means 3 more for Pumpington. Up here we go. And then we'll check our jobs. I think we had 2 extras. What have we not automated yet that can easily be automated? Water dumps probably will be the last thing, but I think now... Yeah, now we can start automating our deep water pumps. I'll start from the bottom with 2. There we go. Now, why is there a vacancy? There shouldn't be one. Unless we had a problem over here. No, so what's the deal with that? Is that main district? Shouldn't be. It's probably... Okay, we have incapacitated bots. That's exactly what it is. Alright, well, that's fine, I suppose. Alright, let's get this put back down. Yeah, look how fast that goes down. That's like the entire power network relying on this one gravity battery. We'll let them keep on keeping on with that. But as far as I'm concerned, I think we're just about done for today. We'll let them get a little bit more water outflow here to try and fill up our little lake area, which is actually looking pretty good. I can't complain about that. If I had more dynamite, which I guess technically I do, but if I had some more, I think we'd end up blowing a little bit more of this up. Maybe next time. I think capacity-wise, this is perfectly fine, as our number of bio-beavers continues to dwindle. Stuff is looking just fine. Though it is curious how now we have so many problems with the food. I think that might be because we have babies. Once you stop having the little baby beavers, the demands are a little bit easier to meet. Books are still less than half, which is... or maybe that's exactly half. 59 out of 118. Yeah, that would be. So I don't really know what to do about that. I think it's just going to be one of those things that comes with having everybody not working and able to do a little bit more leisure time. So that's going to be a next time thing for sure. See what else here we can detonate. Put this in place. Keep on going down to the corner here. Yeah, I think we are looking fine. We'll take a look and see what else we can pause. I think some of our food processing stuff, honestly, is a little superfluous. We are pretty much full capacity for everything. And these food factories use about 120 apiece. So why don't we... See, these 2 are corn rations. I'm going to pause one of each pair. These are both algae. So I think we should be okay. And we're still only running about 70 something percent power there. Our oil presses, we almost certainly do not need to have so many. We have tons of oil, so I'm going to pause. Oh, that sound. All but 4 of those. And I don't know what else we can really pause. I mean, we could turn off the carousels if we were really concerned about power, but I don't know. That's how the beavers have fun. I don't want to take that away from them unnecessarily. We definitely don't want them to be super bored. Alright, let's send this down a little bit more. And then I think what we'll do, probably need to, I don't know, I don't think I can get away with doing this again. I have to move our staircase. So in all honesty, I don't think we really need to build that many more gravity batteries. We just need to be a little bit better at what we're doing. And possibly, I hate to see it, but possibly put some more of these guys in. As awful of an idea as that is. Because I can't really expand this very well unless I start deleting things, which would be just a little bit annoying. I don't know that I want to deal with that. However, comma, we could put in this blasted all the way down to the corner, I think. In fact, no, this is all interconnected, or is it? No, it's not. Okay. If we blast this one down, which we should be able to reach from up here, then we can just move all of this over one more and get one more of these engines making another 400 horsepower Hewlett-Packards, Harry Potters, whatever you want to call them. And then we'll see. But that's very much a next time thing, because we're already getting into the almost too long territory. But rest assured, Thursday's episode will be until the end, no matter how long it takes. So, could be an hour. Could be 2. I don't think I want to do a 3-hour video that isn't a live stream, but we'll see what happens when we get there. But outside of that, this is all looking quite nice. I'll be very, very happy about it. And we have 10. We have 10 extra bots. So guess what that means? Coming on over here, raising the Pumpington bots to 54, which means we need to find 10 more homes, which means 10 more bots there, and we have 4, excuse me, count them, 4 unemployed beavers. So guess what? There's only 11 left. There's only 11 left. So why don't we do something a little crazy? Why don't we just expel all of the bio-beavers from Pumpington and let them fend for themselves? Let's just do that, shall we? So we have them all gone. Every single one. Then all we have to do is make all of these jobs into bot jobs and then lower the priority on enough of them to where it's not going to be an issue. So now those are all done. Those are all done, and then the water dumps, all done. All right, so I think we're going to be in fine shape. But then I can make the title of this video Automating Pumpington, because that's not a lie. That's not clickbait, because we actually did it. Except we still have another 12 bots that have to come over here. So we'll end up with, I believe, 65? Looks like 65 bots here in Pumpington will be the final tally. We have 2 extras already? Wow, okay. So I'm just going to go ahead, send this up to 65. And there we go, up to 56. So I knew this was going to get a nice big bump as soon as we sent all the beavers back over here. So now this district, the main district, Beaverburg 9. Yes, Beaverburg 9 has to just fill in the rest of the gaps. And then I believe until we fully automate all of our stuff here in a regular old Beaverburg, we're probably... Actually, let's check and see. Because I think we might already be... Okay, almost. We have the builders' huts. And we have the district center, and we have the engines, which we don't care about. Everything else, wow. Okay, we're doing a lot better than I thought. Everything else is almost there. Almost there. I think we could use another 25-ish bots, and then I think we'll be good. Of course, we'll have to unpause the rest of these food things. But that is very doable in the next episode. And I believe... if all of these guys are in fact fully automated. I'm going to pause our barracks just so we don't get any attempted stowaways. And we can also get rid of all of the bio-beaver infrastructure if we so choose. So let's actually turn off all of our food imports here, just to make sure we're not doing too crazy. Guess we'll just turn all of these to medium setting, whatever that is. All right, so that's looking good. 3 fully automated districts. That means this number up here in the corner, 55 now. Well-being is, in fact, a true representation of the feelings and, I guess, well-being of all of our beavers here. So cool. Stuff's looking great. We've got a little bit more to do next time to make everybody happy. 56, wow. Get them up to the full 60. But I think it can be done. I think we're approaching a very fantastic and glorious time for all of these beavers. And we'll go ahead and get you guys out of here. I love the animations on this, on the Tribute to Ingenuity. So yeah, that's it. We got 13 days left. Oh, up to 57. Are we going to get up to 60 in this one? You know, I'm going to leave this on turbo mode, and we'll see if we can actually get up to 60 in this video, which would be hilarious. And then next time we'll just be automating and doing anything else you guys can think of that you want to see done in the next episode. I don't know if you have any ideas, please do feel free to drop them down below. But yeah, I'm glad you're here. I'm really, really thankful that you watched all these videos. 30 episodes deep into a Timberborn Let's Play. I know the previous one, I think, went up to 35 or 36. It was a pretty lengthy series. But I feel like we've done a lot of good stuff here. And it's nice to be back in vanilla after all the mods, but I am very excited to get back into modded again with the next one. Just cannot stay away, and I think pretty much everything that we've been playing has in fact been updated, except maybe 1 or 2. But we'll get into that with the new series that starts next week. Don't forget, finale of this one on Thursday, finale of Kingdoms Reborn tomorrow, more Oster Friday, and then a brand new Timberborn Challenge live stream on Saturday. And of course, City Skylines on Sundays. And I've got other stuff coming in that regard as well. So that might be taking up one of the slots next week, depending on if I can get all of my ideas hashed out. I got some fun stuff planned. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But again, I'm thankful for you being here. Hope you've enjoyed the videos. As always, comment section's open if you have anything at all you want to say, any ideas, or just want to say hi. I do read every comment, and I'm very thankful for you taking the time to watch and all of that fun stuff. And of course, very thankful for our beard boosters who contribute some extra stuff behind the scenes and make it possible for me to keep doing these. It does take a really, really long time. And for the time being, I still have quite a bit of other stuff I've got to do in quote-unquote real life. But it's very nice to have that flexibility afforded by those very generous people. So again, thank you to them. If you want more information on that, there's links in the description. But please, please do not ever feel obligated to be part of any of that stuff. I'm just thankful that you're here. And I hope you've had a fun time, and hope we'll see you back in the next one. But for now, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.